So we're doing our best to get that breath deep, low, and slow. If you've got belly and low back, we add the side body. So we're trying to get that nice full 360-degree breath. All the way around, 2 more deep breaths. Last one. Let's relax our arms at our sides. And we're gonna go for a quick little posture scan so we can get moving. Let's close our eyes and let's start to think about our feet. Big toe, little toe, heel. Just noticing where they're at, trying to equally distribute your weight amongst those 3 points. From there, we draw our attention up through ankles, calves, shins, in through the knees. We pause at the knees and just make sure that our legs are nice and straight, but our knees are not locked. They're always a little soft. From the knees, we draw our attention up through quads, hamstrings, and glutes. When we pass those areas, I always just like to notice if I feel any soreness, stiffness, or anything that feels extra tight. And it's just to notice, which is sometimes a reflection of a workout we did the day before, or travel, or something else. Let's place our hands on top of our hips. And let's keep those eyes closed and see if we can notice any differences from side to side as your pelvis shifted forward, hiked, rotated, tilted, anything that feels off. And I love to do this posture scan weekly because we have last week to compare to instead of just judging and seeing where it's at. It's nice to have something to compare week to week. We'll relax our arms at our sides. And let's think about our shoulders. Let's just lift them up towards the ears, pull them back, and let them rest where they will. And then our last spot, I want us to think of the crown of the head pushing up to the sky and stand as tall as you can. So I always, and I say this every week, every time I think of pushing the crown of my head up, I grow a solid 1/2 inch. It just helps to really lengthen and show where that position should be. Let's open our eyes, inhale, arms up to the sky. On the exhale, we're gonna bring chin to chest, we're rounding the body forward. If you have osteoporosis, you forward fold. The rest of us are going to articulate. We're thinking one individual vertebra at a time, all the way down as slow as you can. And I always like to pause on that first one at the bottom and just hang here for a few deep breaths. If you're able to reach the floor, I like grabbing opposite elbows to really help pull us into that nice flexion, rounding the body and getting a deeper stretch. Do your best to send your breath into your upper back, expanding it nice and wide. On the next exhale, let's bend the knees, push into the heels, and we rebuild our spine from the bottom, stacking to stand all the way tall. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, chin to chest, rounding the body forward. All the way down. That nice pause at the bottom, grabbing the opposite elbow. Sending a nice deep, expansive breath into your back. Let go of those elbows, bend those knees, push into the heels. We rebuild to stack and stand nice and tall. Let's come onto our backs. Make sure you have your ball and your block nearby. We'll start with the ball between our inner thighs. Ball between the inner thighs, not your knees, inner thighs, so a little bit higher. We're gonna start by making sure our feet are about hip distance apart. We feel the tailbone, back of the head, and those shoulder blades. We're gonna start by squeezing the ball as we flatten the back, keeping tailbone anchored. So I'm not curling up, I'm just flattening. And then inhale, release the ball and release your back into a neutral position. Exhale, flatten the back, squeeze the ball. Inhale, release. Let's find center. Let's take the ball. We're going to place it underneath our tailbones. We're going to lift our hips underneath. If you don't like this for whatever reason, you can omit the ball and you can still go through the same movements. We flatten the back on the exhale or attempt. Inhale, create a little bit of space in that lower back. So we're sending the ball forward and then pulling it towards us. Just a gentle movement back and forth. We'll pause in the center and we'll tilt laterally. So I like hands on the waist. We tilt from one side to the other side. I'm doing my best to keep my rib and hip same distance, equal distance apart on either side. So it's a lateral tilt, no hip hiking. And then we'll go for nice circles. So you flatten your back, tilt one direction, through the center, other direction, flatten the back. Two more. If we visualize the clock, we have 12 o'clock. To the side, we have 9, 6, 3, and 12. One more. Or clockwise, whatever direction you're going. Nice and slow. And then we'll pause and switch direction. Through the center. Two more. Control the movement. The idea is to get the biggest range of motion controlled as possible. One more. Find center. And let's hang out here for a second. Let's relax our arms at our sides. We'll slowly bring one leg up into tabletop. So I like to start this exercise progressing so that you can stop whenever you feel the most work for you. Set the foot down. We alternate to the other leg. Back down. So the only thing moving is in my hip joint. My leg is staying at the same angle, and it's just lifting and lowering with intention. I'm guiding my foot down to the ground. I'm not letting it slam. To progress, we would keep one leg up, the other leg. One can go down, and then the other down. Try to alternate which leg lifts first. To make it a bit more challenging, you keep your legs hovering down and up. Now, if you're kind of in between variations, if I were to bring my knees a little closer to me, it's much easier. Or if I push them a little further away and leave them hovering further away, it's much more challenging. And finally, we can go with a simultaneous switch. We have 10 more. 9, 8, don't let anything else move. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and feet down one at a time. Press those hips up. Take the ball away. Keep your hips lifted. We're going to articulate the spine down from the top, one individual vertebra at a time, all the way to the bottom. Let's go for a bridge, starting from the bottom. Inhale. As you exhale, flatten the back, peel your spine away from the mat, slow control. All the way up, pausing at the top, and exhaling to come down. Bone by bone. The slower you go, the more of a chance to articulate the spine. Let's go for 2 more. Exhale, flatten the back, peeling the spine, nice and slow. Squeezing those glutes at the top, exhaling to come down. Soften the chest, one individual vertebra at a time. Last repetition. Slow control. All the way up. And all the way back down. Let's bring our hands behind our head. We're going to go for a chest lift. Take a nice breath in at the bottom. As I exhale, I think of flattening my back, curling my head and chest away from the mat. Inhale, reach your arms towards your thighs. You want to actually physically pull yourself higher on the exhale. Inhale, try to keep that height, hands behind the head, all the way down. Breathe in at the bottom. Exhale, curling up. Inhale to reach. Exhale, pull your body higher. Inhale, hands behind the head, and exhale all the way down. 3 more. Breathe in at the bottom. Exhale, curling up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull the body higher. Inhale, hands back behind the head. Exhale, all the way down. 2 more. Breathe in at the bottom. Exhale, curling up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull the body higher. Inhale, hands go back behind the head, and exhale all the way down. Last one. Exhale to curl up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull higher. Inhale, hands back behind the head, and exhale all the way down. Let's continue on the abdominal trend. Let's bring both knees into the chest. Curl head, chest up if that is available to you. If you do not like head lifted, keep it down. We're going to extend one leg all the way straight. I take my opposite hand on the inside of the knee and the other hand on my heel, and then I switch. Now the lower I reach the other leg and the higher I curl up, the more challenging it will be. We're just going slow to start. Pull the knee in, pull your chest higher. Flatten that back. No rocking through the pelvis. We're staying super stable through that center body. And we're just moving the legs, trying to pull the chest a little higher if that is available to you. Let's go for another 10, 9, 8, nice slow control, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees into chest, head comes down. Rock side to side, relax for a second. We're gonna go for our lovely double leg stretch. So we're gonna curl head, chest up, knees into the chest. You can circle the arms around. I'm just gonna go reach over and forward today. We're only doing 5. So let's curl head, chest up. Again, if you can, knees are into the chest. I extend my arms and legs up to the sky. I lower my legs and reach my arms overhead. You can circle the arms or just reach back to the center. Pull head, chest higher. 4 more. Reach up, lower away from the center, back up, knees into chest. 3 more. Up to the sky. You only reach as far as you can maintain your neutral or flat back. Center. 2 more. Up, reach away, center. Last one. Up, away, and center. Relax that head. We have 2 more exercises here before we move on. We're gonna go for our scissors now, scissors. So we're gonna curl head, chest up, if that is available to you, and we're gonna straighten both legs. One leg's gonna come in, the other leg reaches away. For 10, but we're doing it slow. 9, try to flatten that back. 8, pull the leg towards you. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
knees in, and relax. And our last one is my most hated. We're gonna do it anyway. Crisscross. So we're gonna hold our hands behind our head. Remember, this is about reaching shoulder to opposite knee, not elbow. So we extend one leg, leg is bent, and I reach my shoulder to the opposite knee, slow through the center to the other side, 10. Slow through the center, 9. Elbows are wide, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Rotate, rotate. Ugh, knees into chest. Relax. Breathe. Side to side. We are going to come onto our side, onto our forearm. Set the ball aside. On our forearm. So, in this position, you want your shoulder above the elbow and you want strength and stability through that shoulder, okay? You could do this whole little series on your side, head on a block, lay down, if your shoulder doesn't like this. I'm gonna keep my bottom leg bent, top leg reaches long. I'm gonna lift under my ribs so that I feel supported. Extend that top leg as long as you can and we lift up and down for 10. Nothing else moves. I'm reaching this top hip away from my rib. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Really point the toes and reach. 3, 2, belly's in. 1, keep it lifted. Reach behind you slightly. We're gonna circle. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause, flex your foot, push with the heel, switch direction. 10, 9, 8, push with the heel. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Bend that top leg in front of the bottom knee. We're gonna go for an inner thigh lift, so extend the bottom leg straight. This exercise is made harder by sitting up. Easier would be laying down, head on a block. We lift the bottom leg, flex the foot, push with the heel. Do your best to keep that foot parallel to the floor, up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna sit up, bring your Pilates ball with you. Just do a little stretch for a second, hug that knee in, slow the breath. We're gonna use our ball on the opposite side. So I'm gonna get into a bit of a Z sitting position. If that's not comfortable for you, don't worry about it, you can sit cross-legged. Take the arm you were laying on, reach it up to the sky, push into the ball as we reach over. Nice little stretch for that whole side body. Relax the shoulders. Exhale, push into the ball and sit nice and tall. 2 more. Reach the arm up to the sky, stretch over. Breathe. Push into the ball, sit nice and tall. 1 more time. Reach that arm up and stretch over. Nice big breath into that side body. Exhale into the ball, sit nice and tall. Well, let's switch sides. So we're on our forearm. Leg is reaching long. We lift under the side body. Really important that you stay supported and stable through that whole lateral chain. We lift the ribs up, belly pulled in, lift that leg, point, reach long, up and down for 10. 9, I'm reaching my hip away. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it lifted, reach behind the body slightly. We circle. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause, flex the foot, push with your heels, switch direction. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Bend that top knee in front of the bottom, ankle in front of the knee. If you can get it there, wherever is comfortable, extend the bottom leg. Again, the lower I lay down, the easier this exercise gets. If I sit up higher, it's more challenging. Push into the bottom heel, we lift the leg up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we sit up. Just a little stretch on that glute before we switch our leg position. Pilates ball next to the body. Arm you were laying on reaches up to the sky, and we stretch over and pushing into the ball. And I like using the ball because it helps me get a little bit further in a smoother way. Pause here, breathe into that whole side body. Relax the shoulders. Exhale, push into the ball. Sit tall, 2 more. Arm reaches up and over. Breathe into your ribs. Exhale, push into the ball, sit nice and tall. 1 more time. Arm reaches up, we stretch over. Push into the ball, sit all the way tall. We're gonna come to a seated position with the ball behind us. We're gonna start with a little bit of a flat back hinge. So I'm gonna reach my arms out in front of me. I'm going to hinge from my hips. I'm gonna reach back, barely touch the ball, and I'm gonna come all the way tall. So imagine that stick that we use that touches head, shoulder blades, and tail. It's there right now. Reach the arms out in front of you. Let's inhale back. Barely touch that ball. Exhale forward. If you're not feeling much, let's go lower. Move the ball away. Inhale back. And exhale forward. 2 more. Inhale back. Exhale forward. If you feel anything in the low back, you're probably overarching. Last one. Inhale back. And exhale up. If you have osteoporosis, stick with that variation. The rest of us, we're going for a round back position. Let's inhale at the top. Exhale, tuck your tail. Think of rocking onto the back of your sit bones. Tailbone tries to reach for the floor. 1 individual vertebra at a time. I'm going to push into the ball, but I'm not going to extend. I'm going to remain rounded. Pause here. Big breath in. As I exhale, I think of peeling away from the ball, pulling belly in and really rounding the body forward to sit really tall. Or I do 4 more of those. Breathe in. Exhaling down. You can use the ball for support. It helps us get a little bit lower. Pause at the bottom, big breath in. And exhale all the way up. 3 to go. Exhaling to move. Pause. Exhaling forward. Nice and tall. Last 2. Exhale to move. Pause. Exhale forward. 1 more time. Exhaling down. Pause. Exhale forward. And nice and tall. Let's stay in the seated position, but let's extend our legs. Yoga block underneath you, optional. It's gonna make it a little bit easier if you have really tight hamstrings. We're going for spine stretch. Let's reach our arms out in front of us. Big breath in. As we exhale, we think of rounding up and over.
Inhale here, relax those shoulders. Exhale, I like hands on the mat to help rebuild my spine, sitting nice and tall. 4 more, arms out in front of us. Big breath in. Exhale, forward. Reach, reach, reach. Round that body. Big breath in. Exhale, rebuild the spine to sit nice and tall. Last 3, breath in. Up and over. Breath in, hands down. Stack it tall, last 2. Up and over. Hands down. Stack it tall. Last 1. Big breath in. Exhale, up and over. Hands down. Rebuild the spine to stack nice and tall. We're going to come to a quadruped position, so hands under shoulders, knees are under hips. In this position, make sure your shoulders are away from your ears. Your spine is nice and long. We're going to go for some spine articulation. We're going to bring our chin down to our chest. We're going to round our upper back, our mid back, and then the lower back. Push into the mat, round your spine like a cat. Big breath in here. As you exhale, let's go from the tail through extension. So my lower back extends into my mid back, into my upper back, and then finally the last thing is I lift my head. Big breath in here. Exhale, chin to chest, rounding my neck. Upper back, mid back, lower back. Big breath in. Exhale, tail extends. Lower back, mid back, upper back, and head. Tiny little pause, we're gonna reverse that. Exhale, round that low back. So I'm trying to really round my low back like a cat. Mid back, upper back, head all the way down. Big breath in. Exhale, lift your head first. Nice extension. Head, chest, mid back, lower back. We have 1 more rep, each direction. Exhale, round that lower back. Into the mid back, into the upper back. Head. And our last half rep, we lift the head first, the chest, mid, and lower back. Let's press ourselves back for a little child's pose. Walk your hands forward, let the head drop wherever that feels comfortable to you. Let's walk our hands to one side of the mat so we get a nice little lateral stretch. Slow the breath. Lengthen the breath. Walking to the other side of the mat. Nice stretch through that whole side body. Back through the center. And let's come up to standing. Let's let our arms hang at our sides and let's roll the shoulders up and back for 5, 4,